Hi, I'm Gamal Alexander, and I'd like to share a word with you entitled, Why He Came. Some time ago, I happened to be reading the most famous passage of Scripture ever. You know it. It's found in John chapter 3, verse 16, and it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." While that verse encouraged me like it always does, what caught my attention on that particular day was not verse 16, but rather verse 17. Verse 17 reads as follows: "For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved." There's a reason why I paid particular interest to this verse of Scripture. If you would unpack it with me for a moment, Jesus Christ is literally saying that I did not come into the world to make the world feel guilty or feel wrong. That being the case, then you have to wonder, as I often do, if Jesus Christ did not come to the world to make people feel guilty or feel wrong, then why do his children spend so much time and effort doing just that? So often we meet people who don't dress like us, people who don't talk like us, people who don't act like us. And because they don't meet up to our standards, we go out of our way to make them feel guilty, to make them feel wrong, and to make them feel that Jesus Christ does not love or care for them. But this was not Christ's mission, for Jesus himself said, "I did not come into the world to condemn, to pass judgment, or to make anyone feel any more guilty than they already are. But I came to do the opposite. I came to save them if they're fallen. I came to cleanse them if they're dirty. I came to loose them from the shackles of their sin." Friends of mine, the next time you see someone that does not believe as you do, that does not worship as you do, or does not act as you do, I encourage you to point them to Jesus, to patiently pray for them, and to do what Jesus would do, which is love them enough to give of your life. After all, to make people feel wanted, to make people feel loved, to offer them the hope of salvation and the assurance of heaven. This is why he came.